Hey friends, I just wanted to take a moment to talk about conducting in mixed meter and preparing for your first rehearsal in mixed meter. I'm conducting a regional choir coming up this weekend. And one of the challenges of being a conductor is that you don't really know what you're gonna get from your instrument until you start waving your arms in front of them. And when it comes to dealing with mixed meter, when I was in Miami, I was the director of the Greater Miami Youth Symphony, and Michael Tesla Thomas was in town, and he had just started the New World Symphony Orchestra, and I got to work under him. And he used to say that you march in 2, you waltz in 3, and you count in 5. And he's right, because growing up in America, we're not used to mixed meters being part of our everyday life. If you grew up in Eastern Europe, you're used to dancing in 7/8 or 5/8. We need to make sure that we have internalized these beats. And what happens a lot of times in mixed meter is that the portion of the measure, in this case, if you look here, this piece, the second bar is in 7/8. I'm dividing that into a 3 pattern, and it's going to be 3 plus 2 plus 2. And oftentimes I find that 3 gets truncated. I don't give it enough space for 3/8 notes. And so I'm going to be practicing with a metronome. And I highly recommend practicing with a metronome often, but especially when you're dealing with mixed meter, because you want to keep those beats with the 3/8 notes in them. You want to keep those honest. So here's what I do. And pieces up there, you can look at it. I'm going to start at that 4/4 bar. Hopefully you can hear this. It's a little bit under tempo. I've set the metronome for the 8th notes. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 3 and 1 and here's the come to the 5/8, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and T and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and T and 1 and 2 and. So that's how I approach it. I highly recommend using a metronome all the time, but especially when you're doing something that's in mixed meter. Now, I will go back and obviously speed this up over time. I will add in the articulations and the dynamics. But in general, this is how I approach this piece, and I'll see you in the next video.